so you don't get left behind.
I got a fat one.
A fat one?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
You put it down and that's how you put it.
Yeah.
I dropped my first one. Hello. I have a cut on my thumb.
Did you? Are you all right? All right, you stay over here with them, okay?
Pretty sure something just stung me.
You all right?
Oh no.
Yeah. Power run. Yeah. What is this?
Car frame.
Is it?
Where has it? Oh, right there.
Four-wheel drive.
What is it?
I don't know, some sort of car frame, truck frame.
Here's a brush hog.
Oh, nice.
I doubt it'll all stay though.
Well, that's something to ask about.
Huh?
I'm definitely going to ask about that. What if there's a tractor in there? Cap out. All you.
Welcome to Tennessee, y'all.
Clear it out. You can walk. It's fine.
So how many likes and views did you get?
I haven't posted any of them yet. This one don't look like it's in bad condition.
What is that?
Just another little
I thought it was a porta potty.
storage shed.
I thought it was a porta potty. Look, bongos.
Those aren't bongos. They're
I know
paint
they're
cans.
I know.
Here's some more tin though.
But find the nice bongo. Wow, this is a dead end.
Oh, what the heck? Careful, Lila. Watch where you're walking. Yep. Yep, we gotta watch out for snakes. Here, why don't you get on my back?
Okay.
Come on, jump on.
That's where they get the internet from.
Is that where they get the internet from? Lila, you're tickling me in the face with your flowers.
Oh, sorry. Did it tickle?
It did tickle.
It's raining on us. It's raining on your screen too.
Huh?
Too much clothes in here.
Yeah.
No, come get off. Yeah. It just blows. Gosh.
More tobacco sticks. We've been seeing these a lot. All right, come on, Lila. All these sticks right here. Those for old growing stuff.
I'm going to fall.
No, don't fall.
It's soft, but I don't want to fall on top because I want to get tired.
Oh yeah. This
And it's leaking.
definitely needs rehabbed. And of course, here comes the rain. Right when we get here.
We're stuck in this dirty mess. Oh, of course there's wash mess.
But there's pasture.
The grass just needs cut.
Well, yeah. It's hard to tell what trees are through it, you know?
Oh, look here.
Huh?
Look here.
Now the house says it can be rehabbed, but we do know one of the floors in one of the bedrooms has fallen through, but we don't know the condition of everything else. There's a lot of outbuildings. What is it? Are you serious? Wow. Lila, be careful, baby. Here. Let mommy in there.
Let me in there.
Ew.
Let me in there.
Hey, I think I found some good green beans. Yeah. Is he in there? Just look.
Oh.
Yeah. Look at the creek down there, though. Oh, wow. Okay, let's come back up this way. Let's get out all this. Yep.
So no one sees it.
So no one sees we were in there? Okay. Good idea. Remember, watch where you're walking.
So you don't see that.
Another little outbuilding. In this little bucket, we found the spring water, and it does work. There's supposed to be 3 creeks on the property. Hey, you need to watch extra careful over here by the water. Watch very carefully where you're walking.
Be careful so you don't get snakes.
Lila, I want you to be careful. You.
You, Lila.
Goes up and around.
Mark on the RV.
What?
On the RV.
That's the neighbors.
Yeah, that's not this property.
Mind your business to me.
Well, you probably do need to mind your business. Looks like an old swing set. Come on. You gotta watch extra careful where you're walking. Try to walk where everybody else is walking. Go.
Go.
It hopped away. Come on, babe. You're going to have to truck it a little bit faster. No, let's not worry about the flowers right now, please. Thank you. Some more outbuildings. They don't look like, obviously not good condition at all.
My dancing my brain.
Yeah, you got it in your hand. Come on.
What?
Come on.
No, what did you say before that?
I said you got it in your hand.
Ow! I didn't see it there.
That tree looks like the Leaning Tower.
All right, stay right there. Huh?
Old chicken coop.
Old chicken coop?
Ow, yeah. Didn't see it, please.
Careful, there's barbed wire here.
Like, pokey thing.
Come on. All right, let's let Daddy go up there and scope it out a little bit, okay?
Guys, we interrupt this program to bring you exciting news.
This is our property.
Woo! So this is the one we picked. We picked the 98-acre plot on Clinch Mountain. We've been told to have it surveyed because it could potentially be 110 acres. And they're not exactly sure. It's a lot of property to survey all the way up a mountain, so they probably cut a couple corners. But this is it. That will be our new view every day when we wake up. That beautiful mountain over there.
And actually, it has been our view every day for the last week.
Yep.
Because we were given access to, or approval, to actually move our camper on here before our closing date. So we came out here last Tuesday. And I'm going to interrupt this and I'm going to show you what happened on our way out here.
Don't
Because
you dare.
it was an adventure, for sure.
It wasn't
Our first time that we were like on time with something, we were making great time. We were going to be here full sunlight, going up the mountain and everything. Turned into, we started at like 7 o'clock, heading out of the campground. We didn't get settled down here until about 1:30 a.m. So,
had a couple of bumps on the road. Here they are.
Just a couple. Quite a big bump in the road, actually.
Here they are for your viewing pleasure and Ashley's pleasure of putting me on blast all the time.
I got to.
So.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm exhausted.
What'd you do?
This is your fault. Let's play a camper, she said. It'll be fun, she said.
No, you know what I
I
said?
never pulled a camper, I said. Oh, you got this, she said.
Hey, listen, you know what I said? That's the entrance. There's an exit sign for a reason. What'd you have to go do?
I had to go down and knock on the neighbor's door. What'd you have to do?
Take a poop?
Yeah.
I was
Nothing.
nervous.
You have to do nothing.
I was nervous.
Nothing. No
I'm
responsibility on you.
recording.
Yeah.
I just honestly hope you didn't screw anything up down here.
Screw nothing up.
Except for the fact that it's all
Get a lot of views. You better subscribe. See more shenanigans.
the one time we were doing really good on time. Yeah. The poor dogs are probably terrified.
Yeah.
You alright, boy? You alright? You won't even look at me. I hear the tractor coming to help us.
I know there's a pond up there. Which makes a pond down here.
Yeah. It's definitely spring, huh?
No, it's a pond.
It's a real pond?
Yeah, there's a pond there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So it tells me it's year round.
I think you got it more stuck in here since the last time I saw it. You got water in your car yet?
I dug up the road with my tire.
Holy crap, you did.
Yeah. Oh, it dug a hole.
But anyways, yes, so we will own after July 28th is when we're going to close. We will own virtually 100 acres, plus or minus a couple. This property has 7 springs, 2 creeks.
Now, when we first made our offer on here, we only knew about one spring. And we did not find out about the other springs until Josh met some of the neighbors, which are actually family of this property.
Of the original owners, yes.
So they have been fantastic. They're some of the nicest people we have ever met. They're willing to go show us around everything. And, I mean, they've told us history about the property. They told us, you know, the do's and don'ts, the ins and outs, you know, and just in the little bit of talking that we've done with them, they've been so helpful and generous to help us with anything or just give us advice. And
they're extremely knowledgeable about the area, the plants, the animals.
Incredible.
They're extremely knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And very willing to share that knowledge with us as well.
Which is great because we don't know anything. I mean, we know a little bit of stuff, but for this area, we don't know anything. And they know, you know, where stuff's growing. They know plants and trees and, you know, just things that, some of the things that we would never even think of, they've expressed to us. And we're so thankful for that because we're kind of going in this blind, whereas they know this property like the back of their hand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're staying here. We're getting water from the spring, one of the springs.
We're currently using a generator to give power to the RV, but we are within a week of getting power. We had to set a pole and hook it all up with a meter and all that kind of stuff. We passed inspection today, actually.
Woohoo!
Yes. And
Thank goodness.
they think today is Friday, July 2nd, and they believe that we should have it on Tuesday, July 6th. So, unfortunately, with the holiday weekend, that puts us a little bit behind. But yeah,
and we've had it ready almost all week, so we've just been waiting.
We've had it ready since Tuesday.
Yeah, so we've just been waiting for them to show up and give us an okay or not. So thankfully that passed because although the generator's not bad, we've been making do. There's things that we've had to learn, like we can't use a microwave.
It'll run everything but the microwave.
Yeah.
It won't run everything at once. It's only a 2,500 watt generator, but it was free, mind you.
Yep. So we've eaten a lot of cold leftovers,
yes,
which I'm okay with. I don't care about that, but
well, and another thing is
little prissy butt over here. he doesn't do well with stuff like that.
But I've been managing. But another plus is that we were granted access to go ahead and unload our 16-foot trailer that had all of our belongings in it, and put that into the garage. There's a detached garage, so we put all that into the garage, and that let us get our grill out. So we were super excited about that. We grilled some chicken when we got that out. That was fantastic. I've been missing that thing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
And not running the air conditioning during the day. Cooking dinner inside is kind of a nightmare. We have a skillet that we've been using, which is fantastic. I would recommend it to anybody.
An electric skillet.
Yeah.
Big enough for our family of
so
six.
we just run the generator to be able to cook stuff in there, which is done fine. I mean, we haven't had any issues with that, but...
Well, we have 2 generators. We have a smaller one that came with the RV, and that's the one we use to cook with.
But the grill, we have a propane part and then the charcoal part. So the propane, we can, just heat up a small pan of water or something. it gives us more cooking space versus just the one skillet that we have.
And guys, living in the RV is not the most comfortable in the world, but it is actually turning out to be a lot better than we both imagined it would be. It's really not that bad.
It gives us the freedom to do what we've wanted to do. I think we appreciate a little bit more. I think the appreciation helps us manage the crap of living in a camper with 4 other kids. I mean, it's tough. It sucks. But we have this.
We spend a lot more time outside.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
And that was kind of what I was pushing for and hoping that would happen, is to really get us out of our comfort zone. And, you know, I don't think you grow from stuff unless you're forced to do that. And I think that's something that we're all learning on how to do, is just forcing ourselves to do more. And we know we got a lot of work here, so we're a little bit more motivated to get up and do stuff versus just not doing anything at all. Because I was stuck in a rut of not doing anything at all. For real.
But to tell you guys a little bit about the property, there's 4 heirs to this property, and it was a struggle and a frustrating time period of about 2 weeks from the time we made our first offer to the time that we settled on an offer. 3 of the heirs live here in the area, and they are getting up there in age, and you know, they're not the healthiest, and they've been maintaining this property and keeping up on it and everything. Now they've been trying to sell this property since 2018. When they started, they were asking a lot more than what we paid for it. We actually got to meet one of the heirs when we came to see the property, and I think that helped us a lot. He kind of had some time to see what we were about and realize we weren't here to make money off of like logging the land or digging out rocks and selling it. We were here to homestead and kind of carry on the tradition of what their family had done. All 4 heirs, plus I think they had a brother that died and then another brother that wasn't an heir. So I think 6 children in all were all born and raised here on this. Originally it used to be 300 acres, but most of them still live in the valley, or their children live in the valley. In fact, the valley is named after their last name.
The road is their road. So.
Yes. So they've been here for a long time. They used to grow potatoes here and sell those to get through the winter, and they used to grow tobacco and corn here. But anyhow, we finally got them all to settle. The 4 heirs that were left, we got them all to settle on a price for us. And guys, at 100 acres, we gave about $22.50 an acre, which is a really, really good price for right now.
That's a good price regardless,
yes.
Let alone right now when property is just ungodly high, no matter where you're at. I mean,
yes.
No matter where you're at, it's high right now. So
yes.
we hit the jackpot. And our property's south facing.
Yes, so the mountain you're looking at right now is directly to the south of us.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the way we're facing is to the north. We do have a neighbor on the other side of the creek to the east, and we have a neighbor that touches our property on the west side over here. But there is nothing above us except all the way to the peak, which is what we'll own. We'll own the entire side of a mountain all the way to the peak. The property is kind of shaped like a flag. It comes up a little bit, and then it widens out real big, and we have a big square up there. That's all timber up there. Very usable timber. There are some nice big pine trees up there. Lots of poplar trees. So I am super excited to get our mill ordered.
And we're so thankful that, I mean, when we first came on the property, I really fell in love with it right off the bat. I could see through all the cleanup that there was and all that stuff, but Josh was pretty hesitant, I
was
think.
pretty nervous of the cleanup. There is a home on the property that will have to be demolished.
Yeah, because it's not, they said it was repairable, but it's going to take probably 3 times the amount of money just to repair it.
It would take more work to repair it than it would to just build our own home.
Yeah.
We plan to build a few hundred feet more up on the mountain and get a even better view of that beautiful mountain that you're looking at right now. And we'll clear out some of the trees a little bit to get a better view. But ultimately, when we don't have access to get into the buildings other than the garage and the barn until we close on July 28th. And after that, we will take you guys in the house to show you the condition it's in. The structure's not bad. but it's the floors. The floors are completely gone, because how they used to build houses back then was basically just on a pillar, and it's all rotted through and fell
Well,
through.
and I think if the roof maybe would
The
have
roof's
had,
been leaking a
yeah,
lot.
if the roof would have had more insulation or, you know, done in a different way, it probably would have been sealed off a lot more, and
But-
wouldn't have made it to the condition that it's in.
But when we
it's-
tear it down, we're going to try to refurbish as much as we can. We'll refurbish windows to use for greenhouses or sheds and stuff like that. We'll probably refurbish the tin roof as much as we can for likewise, like sheds and animal coverings or animal structures and stuff like that. New chicken coop, stuff like that. Yeah, but there's 6 or 7 outbuildings, including an old milk house. There's 2 cellars.
yeah, the cellar, the top part that you see in the video, we only knew about the top part. Apparently there's a whole bottom part that you go in from down at the bottom of the creek, or closer to the creek, and apparently from what we've been told, that's also filled with canned food, and that's actually their storm shelter. So being in the valley, I guess tornadoes can happen and have happened. I don't think they've destroyed a whole lot, but it's good to have some kind of security for it. But we haven't even really tried to see if that part's open or not. It's kind of daunting going down there because everyone keeps talking about the rattlesnakes, and I'm scared to walk anywhere.
They say there are
That's
some big timber rattlers out
Yeah.
here, cottonmouths and some water moccasins.
Yeah, so we haven't explored. When one of the heirs came to show us some property lines down here, we got a whole better understanding of what the property looked like, and I think that is what swayed Josh into more of like, this was the property for us.
And guys, it is the coolest thing seeing an old man walk through this property and be able to point out every tree and say, that tree was this big when I was your 3-year-old's age, and that tree there has not grown any bigger my entire life.
Yeah.
And my dad and I built that barn, and my brother and I built that garage, and
We
it's
dug
just
out, we
amazing.
remembered hand digging out the whole land behind the house just to add on the addition for the kitchen. Like, from the 3 brothers that we've met, they have told us some stories, and it's really neat to hear. To me, it makes me look at this property and see past any of what it's fallen apart as. Like, I can picture what it looked like as a full functioning farm and homestead and family living here, and it's exciting. I think it's exciting.
Guys, I never thought living in Kansas that I would ever be able to own 100 acres of my own. In
No.
Kansas, 100 acres would be $500,000 or more. And here, we're going to own 100 acres. Granted, it's not all flat ground, but I don't want all flat ground.
Mm-hmm.
We have so many woods to hunt in, and there's so many turkey here, so many deer here, potentially bear. I am so excited.
We actually, which I'll post this too, there was actually a fawn that walked straight up on us the other day.
About 20 feet from us,
Yeah.
a baby fawn, yes.
And it came through. The neighbors were mowing, so we don't know if that spooked it or the dogs have been exploring everywhere. So
The dogs love this place.
yeah,
And the
They-
cat.
yep. They go lay in the creek forever, and they come back soaking wet and nasty. And Mateo, if you've ever met Mateo, you know that he's been terrified of everybody, and you know, he's been real sketchy. He has been doing amazing. I mean, we've had people come over. He's not growling at them. He's not barking at them. I mean, he's doing great. It's like he's
Yes.
comfortable. And maybe it's just the people, because the people out here are,
Friendly, very friendly.
they are so nice. I've never met so many people willing to just talk to you and be friendly and give advice, and I mean, I went to this Dollar General the other day, and some lady just started talking to me about crab dip and told me the recipe and said I need to go make it for my kids. So.
And if you know me, I'm a talker. So I leave the family in the car, and I'm out there talking to somebody for 30, 45 minutes.
Literally, we're stuck in the car forever.
Yes, but it is a different breed of people out here, and in a good way.
Home.
In a
we
good
feel
way.
home.
Yes.
It's that was one thing. Like, I'm a homebody. I always have been, but one of the big reasons of that is because of just how rude people are, and I don't deal with that well. So out here, it's nice to have nice people around. It's really nice to have.
We all feel at home. I've never felt more at home than I have this last month. We've been in Tennessee for a month now. We spent 3 weeks on the campground. You guys have seen some of the videos of that.
And it hasn't even been that hard.
It hasn't. It's felt like almost like a vacation the entire time. Even still today, I mean, it feels like a vacation because the beauty is just overwhelming. I mean, it is so gorgeous here. Everywhere we go, I mean, we go into town and we see something new every day and something more beautiful, rather it be an animal or something that somebody has built with their own 2 hands and their resources that they use. Guys, these people don't go to the store to buy things very often. Yeah. They go and buy their essentials, but the rest of the stuff they make and they build, you know, and they use it off of what they have and what they find laying around. One person, this is where it comes from. One person's trash is another man's gold, because this is the heart of that here, and it is. I feel at home. I mean, that is what I've been looking forward to my whole life.
Yeah. So we are pretty excited. We'll be even more excited once we close and we get to actually really start our cleanup and get stuff going. I mean, it kind of sucks because we won't be doing any, building, at least not for our house. We won't be able to do any building this year. It's going to take a while. Once we order the mill, it's going to take a while for it actually to even be able to get shipped out.
Yeah, we're July 2nd today, and they're talking about shipping around October 31st. Yeah. So obviously you don't want to mill the wood when it's frozen. That's another thing. We've found out that it doesn't really freeze here that often. It does once in a while, but they said they may see a significant amount of snow twice a year. And coming from Kansas, that is so exciting that we don't have to deal with that. And the frigid cold and the wind chill.
And let me just say, I am so thankful we met these guys, because they actually took us to their house one day so we could look for the stuff for the electric meter. And they took us a back way. And that back way took us off this mountain in a very comfortable drive.
Yes.
Because the first several times that we came up here, we actually looked at this property 3 different times before we decided, okay, this was it for us. And actually, the very first property we ever looked at was on this mountain, a little farther away or whatever. But the drive up here is insane. Like, you're going north one minute and the next minute you're going south. Like,
yes.
The turns are just crazy. So I was pretty hesitant knowing that I have to drive and get up so early in the morning for wintertime. That makes me pretty nervous. So the fact that they gave us a back way to get out of here, and it may take a few more minutes.
5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's well worth it.
Yes, you don't, and it
there's
doesn't
no
burn through
drop
your tires.
offs. There's none of that like there is on the other routes to get out of here.
There's multiple routes to get up here, but
yeah.
most of them are mountain roads, and they burn tires and they burn brakes. But this road that they showed us that we've been taking ever since then is pretty straight. It's a pretty
great.
straight road.
It's great.
Yes.
I am so thankful for that. It makes me, I'm so much more comfortable because I don't like to drive anyways. So to not feel like I'm going to fly off the mountain makes me feel good.
She was pretty nervous every time I drive around on those roads.
Yeah, because he's not a good driver. So. No, I'm just kidding.
But anyways, yes, so this property, it has about 10 acres that's pastured, and it's fenced in, ready to go. But if we hung up 1 or 2 gates, maybe fix a spot here and there, it would be ready for cattle. We would like to get some chickens here pretty soon.
Yeah, and some of the outbuildings, like I said, we haven't been able to get access to most of them, and we're respecting. There are some of them that are open, but we're respecting their wishes of us to stay out of them, so we are staying out of them. We've peeked into some of them, but we're not going in there or anything.
We have less than a month. You know,
Yeah.
we've been waiting our whole lives for this. What's another month? We're at 26 days left.
Yeah.
So less than 4
but
weeks.
there are some outbuildings that we may be able to recoup and just reuse what there is, and that I think that's for us that's big because, you know, coming from where we come from, everyone's got to have the new of everything, and you know, some people reuse what they have, but it's not something that, for me, it's not something that I was ever taught was to just reuse what I already had. It was always, if it's broken, go out and buy new. And I think that's a learning curve that both of us are going to have to learn, of just repurposing the things that are already here, because there's so much stuff here that when you look at it, you look at it and you're like, that's trash.
Yeah, most people would want to throw it in a dumpster and get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
But we look at it and there's so many things that we can reuse.
Yeah.
I mean, just for all kinds of things, just to do DIY on a budget.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is already provided from us from, like I said, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yep. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, but we're excited to finally announce that this is our property and this is what we chose. So I hope you guys stay with us and keep watching. And
it's been a journey, a fun journey this whole time. So we hope, like I said, our biggest accomplishment would be if we encourage just one other family to chase their dreams. I mean, I'm not telling you to move to the Appalachian Mountains, but I'm telling you to chase your dream. There's nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose. You know what's home waiting for you. Guys, we left Kansas with an RV and a 16-foot trailer. We can go back to Kansas with an RV and a 16-foot trailer, and so could you. Or less, or a little bit more. But Tennessee is the #1 state for people moving to, and I can see why, because I was really afraid that the locals were going to be irritated and upset with all these foreign people moving here. And when I say foreign, I mean people like us from different states, and worried about us impeding on their lifestyle. But the truth is they are so welcoming. Yeah. They are so friendly and welcoming. As long as you share similar beliefs and similar morals and similar values as they do, they're willing to have you over for dinner. We've already been invited to church. We're not even faithful people, you know, and we've been invited to church by our realtor. You know, we've been invited to dinner by one of the grandsons down the valley a little bit, you know. I can't explain how wonderful the people are here. So guys, just chase your dreams and just go for it. Just go for it. You have nothing to lose. Money is nothing but money. You know, you can't take it with you when you die. Spend it. Live it up.
And, you know, even with the money, I mean, you still, sometimes you just gotta put down those luxuries for a little bit and just buckle down and,
it's worth it.
And just work hard for a year.
It's worth it.
You work hard for a year, you could have thousands saved up. And
I think everybody that we know has told us, I wish I could do what you're doing and chase my dream. And the truth is, guys, you can. You can do it. If we can do it, you can do it. So on that note, we love you guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following us. And we're going to let you get back to the video.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Look at that little girl. Huh, she just came right up to us. She's lost.
Caterpillar on there. Yeah, don't be scared. Alright, don't be scared. Don't drop it. Want him? Turn around. Don't be scared. That's awesome.